Hi there, my name's Kate and the guy riding with me is the husband Nigel. We ride cube stereo 140 e-bikes, full suspension, and we try and ride off-road routes as much as possible. But we're novice mountain bikers. We don't do high level stuff, jumps, drops. No. Don't mind a bit of rough, a bit of rock. We're seniors, we just don't want to fall. So today's ride starts off from High Newton. It's parked up at the side of the old A590 in the village, at the village hall. Out onto the main A590, the old one, and down and taking a left-hand turn. Just out of the village, crossing the A590 by this lovely bridge, and we're going to take a right turn. Well, we've got a mile and a half or so to go on a minor road. Lovely scenery, as you can see, with the fells or the hills of the lakes over to my right. So I'm going to turn left here in Barber Green on an exceedingly quiet minor road. So here we go, just about a quarter of a mile along this bit of road. We've got a right-hand turn onto what I think was a green lane. This is just a nice short route, one of those lanes that I like, with the grass in the middle. And then coming along here, we're going to go to the left and then immediately round to the right. Still on minor roads, and we're on here for roughly a third of a mile. Turning on the left for High Cark. It says a dead end, but I know we've got a bridleway. Well, there's two bridleways, but we're going to take the first one on the left that we come to. So just before entering the hamlet of High Cark, we've got a bridleway here on the left-hand side, and the off-road fun begins. It says public bridleway to Woodbroughton, 1 mile. Now, it was raining heavily last night, so I expect the ground to be somewhat wet and probably slippy. Now, remember, I put long trousers on today because last time I did this, some of these slightly overgrown bridleways have nettles, brambles. And it's much easier to cycle in longer trousers than get stung. So the surface of this, as you can see, grass in the main with a well-used mud single trail up the middle. Slightly damp, but nothing bad at all. And I just love it when we see bridleway signs. We're going to go straight on, round to the right-hand side. Yeah, brambles, yuck. Yeah, I should have maybe had an arm protector on as well. Never mind. Skin peels. Oh yes, a little bit soggy. Yes, it's been wet, Nidge, since we were here the other day. That's great. Through the gate, towards the cottage ahead, and back into civilization. So up this concrete roadway to our next section of off-road. And a few hundred yards along, over cattle grid, we join a minor road and head left. And almost immediately head to the right, signposted for Woodbroughton. So Strand Route 70 and 700. So coming along there, not very far, we've got a bridleway on the right hand side. And That's where we're going. A nice rough gravel track. Through more trees. More water. Oh, it's more like a stream running down here today. Yeah, one or two rocks in the way along here. Gears down a bit more. Yes, lovely, slightly overgrown route, but we've arrived at a gate. Yeah, through onto nice grassland, down and onwards. Have to remember that grass can get a bit slippy when it's wet. Out through that gate onto another minor road and we turn to the left. So out of there, you know, all the public bridleway sites on the left hand side. But we're going to turn to the right shortly, just past this cottage. It's signposted for Spielbank, another note for the road. But again, I know we have a bridleway waiting us. This is a fab route, lots of different bridleways interconnecting with each other. So ahead, on the left, we have the start of the bridleway. Signposted Wall Nook Health Bonus Limited. Here we go. Onto a rough track, and where it turns right for the property, we go straight ahead onto grass. Heading for that gateway. Onwards from the gate, I've got a feeling the next little bit may well be a bit boggy, because it was wet the other day, and as I say, we've had a whole lot of rain since then. We're just gonna walk it, because we're wusses. That's it. And turn to the left. Through another gateway and straight on ahead. Yes, it might just be a little bit wet. Crack on. That should be the worst of it. Fabulous grassy trail at the moment. So we're just following the trail round to the right and then back uphill. It's not a well-defined track, but you can see where it goes, so just follow the path. Through to those gates. That gateway was somewhat boggy, and we're carrying on to the left along this trail. And just got to pull in here to take in that view. Tide's almost fully in.
Nice.
That is beautiful. And there's Heysham Power Station over there now, straight ahead. And I presume that's Arnside, across the water, the Morecambe. There's that Blackpool and Blackpool Tower just right over there, to the slightly to the left of the trees.
Yeah, that's Blackpool Tower.
And then down to the gate, alongside these cottages. Thank you. And out at the bottom. down to the bottom and we turn left. And at this point we've come 4.8 miles. Now we're just going to go down this little road, this minor road, a short distance, and we're going to take a right-hand turn just here. Onto another public bridleway. So past the cottage, straight on, and up the hill ahead. A mixture of tarmac, grass and gravel. Just perfect. And now we go through a nice section of wood, heading in the general direction of Cartmel. Nice to see a bridleway sign there. Just drop my gears, it's getting steeper. To the gate ahead, and we go straight on. And we're heading down a nice gravel track with lovely views of the coast. That sea looks quite inviting today for a change, doesn't it? It's an absolutely cracker of a gravel route with really lovely views ahead. So that public way was part of the Holker estate. We're just going to take a left turn through that gateway. Up the hill, on tarmac. There's actually a byway or a green lane. Now this section is about 1/3 of a mile long. Beautiful countryside. And here we go, straight ahead. We're onto a bridleway. A good gravel surface through to Cartmel. We're going round to the left at this point. Riding into the actual racecourse area at Cartmel, we've come 6.9 miles. So this is on a public bridleway through the racecourse. Here we go. Actually just going to cross the grassy racecourse section. Actually the Cartmel races in a week or so's time. End of August. They have the races here again. If you've not been, really is a lovely day out. So you can see Cartmel Priory ahead of us. Riding into Cartmel Square. Past the King's Arms, the Royal Oak and the Priory Hotel. Nice little coffee shop there as well. It's quite a centre of tourism now. And the entrance to the Priory there on the left-hand side. So that's Cartmel. We're now heading to the left towards Grange-over-Sands. This road's not too busy. I suppose it would depend. I mean, if you came at Cartmel races time, it would be exceedingly busy. So at this junction, we're going to turn to the right and then immediately to the left. When I say to the left, signposted Grange. So I think we've got about 1.5 miles on this road. So we're going to turn left here. Up Grange-over-Fell Road. Although it's tarmac, it is a byway, and we've done 8.5 miles at this point. This route just avoids us descending into Grange itself, which will be a busy little hotspot. And just here, we're going to take a left at the sign where it says Springbank Farm, and that's where we're heading, towards off-road lovely riding. So I'm just going to pause for a moment here just to show you what we've got over this wall. Panoramic scenery from here. Beautiful. Lovely view across Morecambe Bay. So it's exactly 9 miles. We're going to turn to the left onto the route up Hampsfell. We're off-road again. Happy days. A nice gravel trail with a centre grass section, gently uphill. Now we're not going right up and over Hampsfell to where it drops back into Grange. We're going to head more or less along the side of it really and head in the direction of High Newton. But just here we're going to go to the left up this bridleway. Oh no we're not. Oh yes we are. No we're not. Cancel that. Follow the route around. And I'm sorry if there's a lot of banging and thumping. It's partly my kickstand. I've also brought a little pouch at the front of the bike here to carry my picnic in instead of a backpack. And it's just making a bit of noise. And then we've got a left turn ahead. Here we go. A restricted byway to the left. Gears down, slight climb. Really good rough gravel track along here. Well used. Somewhat muddy, but not overly wet. Slightly rougher. We've got another gate ahead of us on a uphill slope. Don't really like these ones. There we go. So coming through that gateway, we've done exactly 10 miles. Now ahead of us, we've got the sign that says Bridleway left up Hampsfell. But nope, we're not going that way. We are going straight on along this part of the bridleway. It gets a little bit grassier. Now onto grass. You can see over to the left, if I can turn the camera, you've got a lot of, I think it'll be limestone, a lot of exposed rock. Hi. I know that if we go up Hampsfell itself, we've got to cross a fair bit of that. And to be honest, this ride I wanted to make a bit easier than that. Why shall we have lunch, dear? Somewhere here? In the sunshine? Now going a bit further. Nope, she's done, he says. You might get a wet bum. Crack on then. So through that gateway, and we head off left. Uphill. I'm going to put my gears down. quickly because it's uphill. Oh yes, I remember this bit now. Back onto a bit of gravel. A few loose stones. Through a herd of cattle. Beautiful red coloured. Hello, little one. And down into civilization again. So left out of that gateway on a tarmac road. So just coming out of that bridleway, we've come 11 miles. And we're going to turn to the right. If you turn to the left there, you would actually end up back in the direction of High Newton. So if you see the following section of the ride looking a little bit more tricky than you want, perhaps that's the way to go. Just go back to where we started from at High Newton. So we've got a rather interesting bridleway ahead. I'll just stop there and take the view in for a moment. Beautiful. Husband's vanished along the bridleway here. Now this is a single track route. Bit muddy, not quite completely overgrown, but a bit of fun. And it drops into Lindale, and it's slippy. You can see it's a well-used track. As you can see, it's almost overgrown, but we can get through. The surface of the ride is mud, a bit of gravel, a few rocks. Slightly rough, but quite rideable. Or at least it is for us. I do appreciate that people have different riding abilities, and this is probably getting a little bit rocky for some people. Yeah, hawthorn got me. I certainly won't be going fast down here. I've ridden it before, so I know before very long we'll be at the bottom. As I say, if you don't feel confident enough to ride it, anything that is perhaps beyond what you want to ride, you can always get off and walk. And then we take a sharp left out onto the road and into Lindale. And as we travel through Lindale, we've come 12.2 miles. So down to the bottom here, we turn to the left. And almost immediately, we're taking the right-hand turn. Down Bell Hill. And we're just gonna mosey our way through Lindale, back onto the road that takes you towards Kendal, where we've got another bridleway waiting for us. So coming out of the back road there to the little mini roundabout, and we go straight across. So literally a couple of 100 yards past the junction, we have a turning on the right. Another bridleway. Oh, brilliant. It says bridleway, low Meathop. Brilliant, the gate is open. And it's a bit of a rough, grassy track at this point. But it soon becomes a farm running. So what's that, about 100 yards to this gate, bridge across the river. It's rather nice. Tidal, obviously, so close to the sea. A little bit more grassy track, but you can see it's well used. And we're heading for low Meathop, and then we're going to ride between Foulshaw Moss and Meathop Moss nature reserves. A couple of miles at the most on the road, and then we head back off road. And you can see ahead the start of the farm track, slightly better than this. Here we go. So out through the farmyard. We're up here and we turn to the left onto the road, to the right taking you to Grange, to the left through to the caravan and motorhome club site. Oh, that wasn't so good. A nice quiet back lane. And as we come out of that bridleway, we've done 13.6 miles. So we're just turning to the right here, signed Sustrans 70 and 700. Just cuts off the corner. We are going to the left. We have got Foulshaw Moss Nature Reserve on the right hand side. Lots of birds, including apparently a nesting pair of osprey. And it's a nice level minor road this, so we're on it for a while. I think about a mile and a half. So we've got the A590 ahead of us. We're going to scoot off to the right here and go under the road. So it was on red for cars but green for us. So coming out of there, we're going to turn to our left and we're going to cycle past Witherslack Community Shop, which is closed, and the Derby Arms, and we're going to take a left. And our next bridleway is roughly about 150 yards along here on the right. Up to a gate and through onwards to the right. Tell you, if you don't get the gears right, which I didn't, you're screwed. get them down. Alright, so we're going along a nice grassy section with this sort of rocky outcrop. Actually, this is called Yewbarrow Nature Reserve that we're going to be going through. Definitely single track. Not as wet as I expected. Aye. Oh, a nice bit of open ground. Just follow the track in the grass. Out of the gate, between these houses, and then we take a left turn on a minor road. I've just got to stop to do this. Very pretty. Are we looking down onto Witherslack, do you think? I thought we might be. And of course there's the tail end of Yewbarrow Scar. So here's the road. And it's left turn. And then just here on the right hand side we have the bridleway, which says bridleway to Witherslack Hall, with a very steep uphill push. I suppose it doesn't look too bad. Nearly at the top. Onwards. And there's a fairly good track along here. A bit rough in places. One or two tree roots. Oh, rough as in that bit. And this is where there's a rather steep drop on the left. My seat down so I can quickly put my foot down if I need to. Yeah. Going up, Nigel. Gears down, dear. I might even go into turbo for this. Oh, there's been stopping. He's snarled up. I suppose it's a bit rocky. It's funny how you don't remember bits. I don't remember that bit. but we're walking. Whew. I'm puffing. Now into a nice, more compressed gravel and mud route. Not so many loose rocks at this point. And this will take us on to Witherslack Hall, where we turn left at another bridleway. Onwards. Certainly a nice, well-defined path through the grass. Easy to follow. Back onto gravel. A series of little steps. This is a nice gravelly part of the route. Coming down here, we're almost at Witherslack Hall. So in front of this house we go to the left. A nice bridleway sign. Up this little gravel driveway from that property. To the right, we are down to the road with the Witherslack Hall, with Whitbarrow Scar behind it, but we're going to go to the left. I can turn my bike. Along this bridleway, which sets off rather nicely, but becomes a bit rougher further on. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit rougher. Here we go. I'm expecting this to be somewhat damp and dark. It may not show up on the GoPro. It's got nothing going for it in that case, has it? Dark, damp, slippy, rough. I've got to say these bikes are incredible though. Literally plough over all this stuff. And it really is a cracking route for us fairly competent but novice mountain bikers. Oopsie daisy. I was headed for a tree there. Nearly down. Now then, round this corner, through a muddy bit. Oh my god. And then out onto the road and left. So about half a mile along here, we take the right-hand fork. This is really a lovely, quiet country lane. Going along here, we have a turning on the left, which is a green lane. Didn't ride it last time we did this route, so we're just going to check it out. And here we go. Up this road, going back onto the right-hand side. Left down to Lindale, right to Cartmel Fell, straight ahead to High Newton. And when it says a steep hill climb, 20%, that's what it means, gears down. It's about 3/4 of a mile up this hill. Bottom gear, turbo. Alright, just getting up to the top now. Oh, unholy. What a climb. And at this point we turn to the left and drop downhill, yippee, downhill, I like that, into High Newton and back to where we parked the car. And then as we go into High Newton here, we've got a pub, and I don't think it'll be open. Oh, it is open. So it's called the Heft. Are you stopping? Come back. I think we deserve it. I love this route. It takes in some wonderful bridleways, byways, green lanes, etc., through some fantastic countryside. The first half is really fairly easy, rideable by most people, but the second half, from the end of Hampsfell, well, that's a little bit rockier and it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But if you return to High Newton, where I point out on the video and on the map, you can shorten the route and make it a lot more easier and enjoyable by everybody. Hope you have a good time riding it. Bye for now.